simple life. You get up in the morning, you roll up your hay bales, unroll them, to make some breakfast, and you roll up your hay bales, and then you go into town, because sometimes you don't have enough food just from the farm because of the season, so you have to get some food from the market. And then you come back and you roll up your hay bales and you unroll them again. And it's really nice out here, so sometimes I take a break. I appreciate the scenery. And then I roll up my hay bales. And I unroll them again. And I roll up my hay bales again. And by that time, it's time for dinner. Time goes by quick here. And then I roll my hay bales again. I unroll them.
Here in the gruesome murder belt of the American South, Alabama Township and Arkansas County in the state of Kentucky, people experience gruesomeness every day. Some here debate whether or not gruesomeness is a word. Some go on about their daily lives. Most get murdered.
Ain't an acts of gruesome kind. I don't think gruesomeness is a word.
Sure it is. Gruesome is definitely a word.
I don't know.
Yo,
What?
there's been another one of them gruesome murders.
Oh my.
Rocky the sheep's been sheared and have his head done clean off.
Oh my, Rickety, ain't your dog get killed just 3 days ago?
Sure done did.
Oh my. Better go to the farm to see what's up. Oh, Jackie, I heard the old Rocky's taking a licking. What's the haps?
Well, yes, this morning I go out to milk my pigs, and lo and behold, there's wool everywhere.
Oh, well, that ain't nothing new, ain't it?
Well, normally I got wool sitting around, but it felt different. So I went up to roll up my hay bales, and lo and behold, Rocky's head.
That's still the same Rocky we were talking about at the beginning of the conversation?
Yes, sir, he's got his head clean, sunshine off, cleaner than everything you've ever done, never seen.
And this is still the same Rocky.
Yes, sir, why, I reckon what we talking about with different Rocky, I'm the one of them got their head cut off.
I do tend to follow, don't I?
Well, we should go to the sheriff now, shouldn't we?
Oh, yeah. Well, who might that be?
Now would probably be as good a time as ever to mention that because of folks in Alabama's inherent distrust of the bureaucratic system, they elect a new sheriff every week. This proves efficient for creating new sheriffs and sheriff emeriti, but less efficient for ever catching a criminal.
I don't know. There could be any of us sitting in this room right now.
None of us are sitting.
You got me there, Jackie Chan. But you don't have to get all high-minded with me.
You never know me to be mighty, ain't that for sure?
That's for sure.
Well, let me just go talk to that new sheriff.
All right, Jackie.
Let me roll in my hay bale.
No, I don't know who told you what, Mr. Director, interviewer man, but I hadn't known nothing about no Rocky or any damn dead shape.
The people of the town quickly forgot about the gruesome murder and subsequent gruesome beheading of Rocky the Sheep, but there was still a lingering sense of bloodlust should the killer ever be found. We now look into the bloodlust, which our cameras captured on the outside of town.
Hello.
Sure would be nice to know who killed old Rocky.
Sure would.
Sure would, Nate.
Oh, Mr. Cupsheet, I'm glad to see you here today. All right, I'm gonna need you to open wide for me.
Doctor, I'm having doubts
I'll get open
about
wide.
the need for me
What's
to
this
increase the aperture of my oil apparatus to a medical doctor, of whose credentials I already question, rather than to a dentist, of whose credentials I were quite sure were achieved at the local university.
Now, hope you said anything about your mouth.
Although the murder of the sheep had mostly subsided from most of the townspeople's minds, the students at the local university, which was, coincidentally, also the only place to secure teeth in the whole murder bout, were wholly invested in the murder of our good friend Rocky.
My friend Thurgood Lee and I have been trying to mount an investigation, but Mr. Jackie Chan III won't let us onto his property to properly investigate.
Sure, Gwamp and I have been looking into it. If by looking into it you mean sneaking onto Jackie Chan III's property and drinking absinthe.
It's just like Thurgood to sell out his friends like that. That whole family is a bunch of rebellious, scumbag betrayers. So maybe I was overstating the role that the university students had in any sort of investigation. Luckily, with the election of a new sheriff, G. Brunton, there will be a true investigation into Rocky's murder.
Let's Rocky killing is an interesting one. But I got a tip that someone will be going down at Juan McDonald's father's farm, E-I-E-I-O. No, I ain't got no officers that I'll be able to send down there, so it's just watching here. Movement! Let's get moving! Lord above.
Okay, so this is what I was worried about when old Rocky got killed over yonder.
Now, Jesus Christ, someone gotta tell Gwamp. Gwamp!
Yeah, what is it, Sheriff?
We regret to inform you, but your old poppy's dead.
Gwamp, your father done gone dad himself.
You think I don't know that? You think I can't see out my own front door?
You don't have a front door, Gwamp.
You know what I meant by that, Sheriff.
Now you got something to tell me about these old Rocky and Gwamp?
I ain't got nothing to tell you without a warrant.
I wouldn't even see a judge before I got that warrant.
That's a toughie, ain't it? Because of the turnover of sheriffs, a warrant is near impossible to attain, as the sheriff will normally have been removed from his post before the warrant gets through to the judge. Now, the warrants in this town are becoming a big problem. First thing every week, there's a new sheriff coming to me, asking me to get a warrant for some jerk killing his wife or something. Now, problem is, time I get the warrants ready, there's a new sheriff already in town, and either he don't care about wife killing, or he can't prosecute that same jerk for killing his wife. It should be noted that Judge Richard T. Judge has no legal background, has passed no bar exam, and scored a measly 4 on his LSAT, which is not the law school's admission test, but instead the liking salami and turkey. A 4 means he does not like salami and turkey too much. Thus, he does not understand that double jeopardy is not A, the second part of the game show Jeopardy, or B, the inability to prosecute a person for a crime committed under 2 different sheriffs. Now, the good thing is, wife killing's gone down since I asked people to kindly stop killing their wives. But my inability to try someone for a crime that I know they committed and they have confessed to committing because there's a new sheriff in town every week is getting a little bit out of hand. No, I ain't done kill my pop or that darn sheep over at Jackie III's place. Fact of the matter is, I ain't killed no one. What kind of monster you think I am? I can't explain that chicken. I realize the potential legal issues and consequences that might have, but I swear to goodness and to the Lord above that I ain't killed my pop. I love my pop, or should I say I loved my pop.
Sure, Gwamp killed his dad.
Well, you can tell that rebellious son of a gun Thurgood that he's just like his poppy and his poppy's poppy and his poppy's poppy before him. He's always happy to betray a friend, ain't he?
Now, I have not perceived through my auditory receptors any news of these here recent attacks or killings, but and I'm not so sure I'm ready to level any accusations at any unsuspecting townsfolk. But what I can tell you is that these murders are nothing short of murder. Oh my God! There's done been another murder. Was this you herself who strung my dear brother Desmond up on an animal bovine intestine? How could you? No, I did not think that Nate had committed this heinous and gruesome offense, but I was hoping in that accusing him I would gain some perception into whom had done it. Now come on, man, you ain't strong enough to be stringing up no Desmonds on no cow intestine. I suppose that's fair. I will now bid you adieu. Now, I don't know about no murders being committed, but, old Navy boy came down and he asked me to, look into this here kill sheep killing. And, well, I gotta say, Navy boy seems to already have it under control, and, I don't really want no part of no murders being committed, so I'm gonna just keep my neck out. Oh my God, y'all, another murder done been occurred.
Now, why are you talking like that, old nigga ball?
I'm talking like I normally talk. Are you not concerned about the murder?
Well, where the murder done occurred?
Well, it occurred over at Manny's house.
Was it Manny?
Oh no, it was his brother, Desmond.
Shucks. I've been around this town a long time. And I tell you, I ain't never met anyone as up and up Manny and that damn brother of his.
What are you talking about, Rickety?
It should probably be noted here that Old Man Rickety, as he was known, was only 27 years old, and had lived in the town for 15 of those years. This is also not a case of the life expectancy in this town being horrifically low. In fact, Alabama Township has one of the highest life expectancy rates in the country, sans the murders. Old Man Rickety was just an idiot. On top of this, Manny Killsheep and his brother had lived in the town for all 43 and 45 years of their respective lives. Again, Rickety was an idiot. Anyway, let's go get Brunton.
Well, what's Brunton gonna do? He ain't sheriff no more.
It's Tuesday. Election ain't till tomorrow.
No, Brunton got over out last week. There's a new sheriff gonna be voted out tomorrow.
And so Nate went out to find Sheriff Brunton. Little did he know that the killer was looking for him. And he would soon, now, be found, abducted, and, here it is, thrown back out into the street that he was abducted from. Word that we ain't having no murders from Nate lately, ain't it?
Come on, Rickety, I can barely hear you through all those teeth you're missing.
Well, you ain't fixing to do nothing about it.
You got about as many teeth as I got eyes. I don't know what.
Well, I ain't gonna let you fix these teeth. The only thing I'm doing is them toes, and you ain't fixing to do nothing about it. While it is true that Judd McCandless ran the town salon, he was also the town dentist, orthodontist, and podiatrist. He was certified for all these practices at Alabama University of Arkansas, Kentucky, which, it should now be noted, is one brick building with nothing in it except pieces of paper and pens to write certifications on. Hey y'all, who you done be voting for? There ain't no one else who can be sheriff left in this town.
I voted for my great-grandpappy, who did a great job in the lost cause.
Your great-grandpappy been dead many a year now, and he ain't fixing to help us now is he?
My great-grandpappy done been the greatest person the state ever done born.
Your great-grandpappy was born in Virginia, you dunce. Well, if there ain't no one left who can be sheriff, I guess that means we're gonna have to go without a sheriff. Now that ain't too efficient, is it?
I suppose it's my turn to take Nate's role as the town's diddly doer and tell y'all that Jackie Chan III is dead. He's dead, I tell you. Desecrated in his field. Throat wide open.
No, he ain't. Jackie Chan III can't die.
I ain't even gonna pretend to know what you mean by that. He's dead. I seen it with my own two eyes.
You only got one eye, you doof.
You ain't helping things right now.
I'll be 100% with you here, Mr. Director, man. Fact of the matter is, I've been thinking that John did it from the very beginning. He always looking around like someone looking for him. And the fact is, he's more in favor of this new sheriff vote than anyone else in this whole town. You may have noticed that Rickety was talking normally there. Fact of the matter is, the man has all of his teeth, and he just doesn't want to show them off because he feels like that might be a little bit elitist. But what he was talking about was that the town was currently voting on whether or not to have a sheriff. The votes total 1-0, as only John the Bonbon had voted. I'm also sure you in the audience are now wondering, once again, whatever happened to Barnaby, and I assure you that he is alive and well, but we will get back to him. Jackie Chan III, no!
No. Well, he's definitely dead, I can tell you that much.
Well,
He got his throat cut down wide open.
Well, dead sheep could have told us that, figuratively speaking.
No, I don't know what you mean by that, but I gotta go. I gotta get back to my old ball and chain.
You don't have a...
My ball and chain! My ball and chain!
We now get to a point in our story where we have to recognize that there's no actual culprit to be found. It would be hard to look at anything that has happened to determine surefiredly who the killer was, but the truth is, us here at the making of the film know who it was, so let's look back at our suspects.
Now, I don't know why you would think I'm the killer. My poppy's dead because of that killer. And realistically, if I was the killer, I would have killed my poppy.
Like Kid Rocky, for goodness' sake. Couldn't have done been me.
He's also dead at the hands of the killer, so yeah, probably not him.
Really think murder does good things to his long business? Don't be silly now.
It ain't me. Simple as that. I only look at wife killing, and this ain't that. I ain't no fan of normal killing, but wife killing's my real problem.
My brother's deceased, and I loved him like a brother. I would never kill anybody. I wouldn't even already dream of such things. Oh, it ain't me. Why would I report my own darn killings? If I went and killed someone, why would I then tell people that I done did it? Or that it even happened? That don't make no sense at all.
also died to the killer. So again, probably not him.
Now, I realize I done said some things I shouldn't have said about the kill sheep and their kin, but the fact of the matter is, I never heard a fly. Now, there's nothing I love more in this life than getting justice for some killings on the murder belt, but the fact of the matter is, in this case, it just ain't gonna be done.
G and I me, G and I me, and I me, G.
Now, I only just moved into this here town, and from what I understand, Rocky the Sheep died many moons ago, so, I don't really see how it could be made.
Rocky died 39 years after H. Turner moved into this town.
My great-grandpappy was a killer, that's for sure. The bloody Yanks ran right under his boot. But, I ain't no killer. I ain't got an ounce of it in me. I ain't got an ounce of anything in me.
Euthanasia, that's fine. Prescribing people pills that they don't need, I ain't got no problem with it. But killing people, that's where I draw the line. It ain't me. It's simple as that. It really is.
To make sense of this final section, I will need you, my faithful audience, to remember two things. One is Barnaby, the man we started with. You will notice he offered no defense of himself at the courthouse. The second is that the town had just voted on whether or not to have a sheriff. The final count of that vote was 1-1. John the Bon voted not to have one, and Judge Richard T. Judge voted to have one. John decided to sue the sheriffs of the town, and now it goes to court, with Judge Richard T. Judge presiding.
Now, in the case of John the Bon versus the sheriffs and Sheriff of Emeriti of this town, I see it as there are two sides to this case. It's looking like we're going to need a lot of forms here. It looks like we're going to need A1, B62, and G.
Yep.
18. And we're also going to need something like 3FA, 275, and H.
Yeah?
64. So, G, H, please let's stand.
Okay, sorry about that.
You're having trouble there.
You know how it is.
Do y'all solemnly swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, and maybe sometimes not the truth?
I do.
G.
I ain't got nothing to say. Seems pretty country out to me.
And H?
I agree. Easy come, easy go.
Alright. John, get in here. Do you swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, and maybe sometimes not the truth?
I do.
Alright, go on.
Well, I ain't got nothing to say here, other than this efficacy of sheriffs in this town is poor to none. And I see no reason to continue to allow one of these rats running around here to tell us whether we can grow apples for the neighbor's babies.
Now that's fair enough, I'll buy that, but I do think we need sheriffs to protect the law and order in this town. As such, in the case of the Bon versus the Sheriff of Emeriti and sheriffs of this town, I rule in favor of the Bon. No sheriff!
Again, you must remember that Judge has no legal experience, and yes, he did just rule against himself. But let's get back to the elusive Barnaby, who's given us next to nothing thus far.
I ain't giving you nothing? I ain't giving you nothing? How about I got nothing to give? Look, I work all day, rolling my hay bales, unrolling my hay bales. I do that 26.5 times a day. And you come in here while I'm trying to unroll my hay bales and roll out my hay bales and start slandering my name? Well, how about this for some information? I ain't killed no one.
Sir, you're under arrest.
Barnaby Scrivener, you're under arrest from the murders of, in order from most important to least important, Rocky the Sheep, Old MacDonald,
Yo.
this man Kill Sheep, Nate, none last name, and Jackie Chan III. Hey, I did it. Look, I don't really know what else I got to say for myself. I know you want me to say why I did it, but I don't really got much to say for myself. I mean, it's a murder belt. Why are you living out here if you don't want to get murdered? And I thought I'd live out my days rolling hay bales and unrolling hay bales.